Da skal vi videre, og vi skal nå ut av vårt fantastiske studio her i Oslo. Vi skal hele veien til Danmark, og der skal vi høre fra Onat Atayer fra UiPath. Han er AI-spesialist. Han har en mye lengre titel enn det, men vi ble fort enige med at det å kalle han AI-spesialist var det enkleste, og også det letteste å forstå. Onat, if you can hear me, how are you this morning?
I can hear you, Jan. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you.
Presentation in English. Again, if you have any questions, you can write them in. Onat also speaks Swedish, so he will also understand them. That's fine. And Onat, I will let you take your presentation away.
Thank you, Jan. It's a real pleasure to be with you. I'm sure the main question many has been asking actually to themselves nowadays is how to unlock the potential of AI to transform your business, right? As someone said, the best way to predict the future is to invent it, which is related to AI's transformative potential. I mean, everyone knows AI enables companies to proactively create new opportunities, innovations, and it even helps the companies to design and build the future they really envision. In the coming 20 minutes or so, I will be talking about how AI-powered automation can help you to boost your business by improving customer experience, enhancing decision-making, and increasing operational efficiency, which is pretty related to what Kim covered actually in the beginning. Shortly, it's all about how AI and automation are really redefining business success. My name is Onat Atayer. I'm an AI specialist based in Stockholm, and I'm covering the whole Nordics. I'm mainly looking actually to the AI parts of the platform, and mainly focusing actually on the new things that are coming up all the time actually on the platform. AI has many descriptions, from non-biological intelligence to computer systems that mimic human intelligence. But the one I like the most is this one. AI is the new electricity. As quoted by Andrew Ng. He's the adjunct professor at Stanford University, and at the same time, he's the co-founder of Coursera. I wish I could have come up with this quote myself earlier, but I think I can just live with that since it's so powerful and it came from a real pioneer in the area. But AI has also its own limitations. If you look at ChatGPT, it's great to chat with, but one of the most common questions we're facing when talking to our customers as well is like how to use AI to act, not just brainstorm. And this is where really kind of the automation comes into picture, and it becomes a kind of savior. And at the same time, as we know, it's getting better and better, but ChatGPT or GPT kind of technologies have a tendency to hallucinate, which is a kind of big risk, especially for the organizations in terms of trusting AI and what is coming out from AI. And how this is dealt with is something I will also cover very shortly during my presentation. One important thing is actually, regardless of how challenging it might be, not having an AI strategy is not a strategy anymore. Which means without an AI strategy, companies risk falling behind competitors, missing innovation opportunities, and as well as failing to meet evolving customer expectations. So AI is essential for driving efficiency, insights, and growth in today's competitive market. And the organizations can effectively leverage AI to achieve long-term success and growth. So shortly, not having an AI strategy is not an AI strategy anymore. In the meantime, generative AI is one of the fastest adopted technologies, actually. It took so long time to reach 100 million users by different technologies. For the mobile phones, it took 16 years to reach 100 million users, while for internet, it took 7 years, more than half. And with Facebook, it took 4.5 years. So now comes the trivia question. How long do you think it took for ChatGPT to reach 100 million users compared to earlier technologies like mobile phone, internet, and Facebook? And here comes the answer. It took only 2 months. It's an amazing kind of speed when it comes to reaching and being adapted by so many people in so short term. Not only that, two figures for you: 2.6 trillion to 4.4 trillion. And again, this becomes like the second trivia question. What do you think those numbers are representing? So according to a McKinsey and Company report, this is the total additional value with generative AI could deliver to the global economy. So shortly, what this means is actually, it's very obvious that Gen AI is hardly a passing fad or a niche innovation. It means business and could add really as much as 4.4 trillion annually to the global economy. So it's not a technology that can be disregarded, and it should be a technology that should be embraced from that perspective, because it is here to stay. And when it comes to UiPath, we have kind of been successful in embracing AI almost from day one as the computer vision technology that we have already embedded into the platform to scrape information from the web pages. And by scraping it, we were at that time able to even export it to like Excel sheets so that we can just process it. And with the meantime, actually, with every evolving technologies, we have embedded more and more AI into the platform, and we just added it on top of the platform actually to be able to understand the documents, to be able to do some kind of mining from communications perspective, from unstructured data perspective, etc., etc. And now we're talking also about autopilots. So the assistants, which are our like extended hands that can also understand, but not only understand, also act upon what they understand, which is like the power of automation and AI coming into picture, and which is very good, very perfectly reflected actually through autopilots. Shortly, this is like how the platform looks like. I will not spend too much time on it, but normally we see actually the platform in 3 layers where we help our customers actually having some questions about like, what should I automate? How can I come along, etc. By doing some minings into their environments to put onto surface the possibilities, the potential for automation, so through some tools like process mining to communications mining. So once the potential has been surfaced, of course, the next step is like to automate them. Again, by the help of AI, you can just broaden your scope on like what to automate in your businesses, in your business processes. And once automated, the main focus should also be like to run the automation actually, regardless of what happens, flawlessly. And this is where the operate layer helps actually to publish what is coming up through some dashboards. And in the meantime, you can just test regardless of what kind of environment changes are happening to ensure that actually the automations you have been implemented in your environments are running flawlessly, regardless of what happens. And by double clicking actually on the AI part of the platform, we come into that picture. So where, of course, automation and AI play a very important role, like work hand in hand as 2 very important technologies. So in order to AI that sits in the middle, to take some decisions, actually, AI needs some data. And as you know, the data is the fuel for AI. Without data, there is no AI. So what happens actually, you can just use the automation to bring data from your backend systems, like you see on the left, which is the context, to AI. AI takes the decision, and again, to proceed and to act upon the decisions that AI has taken, it also just gets help from the automation through some UI, through API, and even by involving human in the loop, which is also a very important component, so to say. Okay, AI can take over maybe 50, 60, 70% of the workload from us, from humans, but still, it's still not 100% reliable. And this is where a human can come into picture to be able to do the last kind of pressing the button, maybe to send an email, etc., etc. But again, accountability lays on the people. And again, we are always recommending actually to take this into action when building AI projects, when implementing AI-based automations. And also, while building AI-based automations, you can take help from all those big models through the generative AI, a kind of part of the AI layer, let's put it like that, be it Microsoft Azure OpenAI, be it OpenAI itself, Google, Vertex, Amazon, SageMaker, etc., to use those big models, which are non-deterministic. But at the same time, you can also take the advantage of using the specialized AI models that UiPath have built actually to tackle with the challenges like document understanding, communications mining, etc., etc. And the beauty actually is the ability to use both of them in the same flow to create more value for yourselves. And there's also this AI trust layer, which is pretty interesting because of like the risks I just took up in the beginning of my presentation, where generative AI-based models actually have a tendency to hallucinate. And to be able to tackle with that, we have also now implemented AI trust layer actually to as a kind of governance layer to help actually the organizations to be able to steer the AI traffic in their organizations, what to access, whom to access, etc., etc. And also, we have also put the context grounding part as part of the AI trust layer to be able to leave the companies the possibility to bring their own data, to train it as part of like the AI layer and to use it when required. And this is the way actually to diminish the risk for hallucinations, because then the model doesn't become a kind of a huge one. Instead, it becomes a custom one that you can just use. And we use a kind of technology called RAG, retrieval augmented generation, actually, to be able to do that. So context grounding is also a very important component within that context, where you can really be, when it can really ensure actually that you as organizations can rely on the outcomes coming from the UiPath's kind of models that lay behind the scenes, so to say. And we have also seen actually, based on our discussions with the customers, there are like two important areas where AI makes a huge sense. Be it communications mining, when dealing with communications like emails, tickets, etc., and also documents, because every company has documents to process, to proceed with. And this is where AI makes a huge sense, be it as a kind of document understanding, where you bring a lot of documents actually into the platform and you want to extract information from those documents. And this is where you can just use the AI models, train models actually to do this, so to say, regardless of if the documents are handwritten or kind of machine written. You can bring all the data and then you can act upon it. So the documents can be very simple ones, like the ones on the left, like the structured documents, driving licenses, passports, while the documents can also be pretty kind of complex, like the agreements, etc., etc. And this is where you can just use the benefits of using generative AI embedded on the platform to extract information from those documents, so to say. So regardless of the type of the documents, the complexity, the languages, might be different languages as well, it's no problem to extract information from them. So this is what we call as document understanding, and IDP in the industry, intelligent document processing. While in the meantime, when it comes to dealing with more complex and unstructured data like emails, we are using another technology called communications mining to be able to surface all the intents, all the sentiments that you are receiving, for instance, at your customer service desk in terms of emails, to be able to understand what kind of emails you have received, what kind of tickets you have received. What were the sentiments in those emails coming maybe from your customers? Were they frustrated? Were they happy? Etc., etc. So communications mining makes it possible for you in terms of putting all this information into the surface. So when you receive an email, you can just extract information, the intents in that email, the sentiment, the tone, and then you convert the unstructured data into structured data like that, so that you can just process it. And also by using, of course, the power of automation, you can take different actions. You can just compare the information that you extracted. If it's a kind of mismatch, then you can take some actions. And also you can get a kind of information about like the positivity or negativity of that email. Per email, you can just get all this data so that you can just act upon it. And the good thing is actually you can use both of those technologies, communications mining and document understanding, assuming that those emails maybe have some attachments where you also need to extract some information from. And this is where actually it makes a huge sense to use both of them as part of the platform to take some actions on. And also at the meantime, actually, again, to just minimize the risk for hallucinations, we are building our own LLM models, large language models for those two technologies, as we call them, Compath and DocPath. They're available. So this will just give us the chance, or you as the customers, the chance actually to raise the accuracy when it comes to those documents, and also lessen the time actually for training those models, so to say. And by doing that, we also at the same time give the customers the chance to use some third-party models actually as part of the whole flow, where document understanding and communications mining can play an important role, but at the same time you might want maybe to turn to those third-party models to ask them to write some emails back to you as an answer to an email you receive from your customers. So this is what you can do. You can connect all those different models on the fly as part of the platform without thinking too much actually how to do this. So this is also the beauty of using the platform, so to say. Let me show you a kind of short clip where actually those two technologies that I referred to actually make a huge sense, so that you can understand how those two technologies can make a huge importance, can play a huge important role in a customer service kind of environment.
Meet Anna and Jacob, newlyweds and excited first-time homeowners. They just finished setting up a perfect, cozy kitchen, but they soon run into an unpleasant surprise. But it's okay. The refrigerator is covered by their home warranty insurance. Anxious to get their home working again, they quickly submit a request for a replacement. Their email goes to the central customer service inbox at the insurance company. Customer service agents, like Scott, used to manually process the applications, review the documents, and then validate and approve each and every request. But with AI at work, the process is now entirely automated. Once the documents get sorted and the request is validated, Scott just needs to hit approve, and then automations update the ERP system, start the replacement and renewal procedures, and generate an email response to Anna and Jacob. This way, UiPath helps Scott focus on delivering more meaningful customer experience. Let's see AI at work in action. The email from Anna gets processed by UiPath Communications Mining. Its latest generative AI capabilities help extract the relevant information and intention for each request. In this case, both replacing the refrigerator and renewing their home warranty. To proceed with the refrigerator replacement, Scott will need to make sure the request is valid. To verify the proof of identification, he leverages the specialized AI model built by UiPath specifically for ID cards. Next, Scott looks into the warranty documents to make sure the refrigerator replacement is covered and to check on the expiration date. Unstructured documents like this can be easily handled by generative AI, extracting those details within UiPath Document Understanding. Finally, the proof of purchase. It may come in varying formats which requires custom AI model training, and that's usually quite a time and effort-consuming process. Good news! Scott has already trained a model for invoices, all by himself. Active learning in UiPath Document Understanding allows anyone to easily build AI models with no coding or ML skills required. This AI makes suggestions on which documents and fields to annotate to ensure the most efficient model training, requiring less document samples while delivering higher model accuracy. Active learning is the next-gen guided AI experience, slashing the model training time by 80%, from a week down to just a day. So, let's see how Scott's AI model actually works. Looks like we've got all the needed data, including the vendor name, address, and billing details. Intelligent document processing is a huge game changer for not only customer service, but many other document-heavy processes at enterprise scale. And Anna and Jacob are a super happy couple once more. UiPath, AI at work.
So this is a great clip actually showing as well, like the possibilities actually to embed the AI robots, I mean, and then the human in those kind of flows actually, but human takes the control and takes the accountability to take the last action. so to say. So shortly, I just want to touch this one as well. We don't have time to just do a deep dive on it, but I mean, now we are also releasing actually different autopilots as part of the platform, where it will be different focus on different kind of personas in the organizations, actually, where you will be able to kind of have your extended arm, have your extended assistant just on the desktop, with which you can just chat, and at the same time you can ask the assistant to take some actions on based on like the chat. So it's not just like exchanging ideas, like brainstorming with ChatGPT. It's more than that. It's like embedded automation already that will help you to take some actions, booking meetings, maybe uploading some documents and extracting information from the documents on the fly. So this is coming within this year time frame as well. And last but not least, I want to leave you with two use cases, two customer cases actually, where they took a huge benefit of using document understanding and communications mining. So that customer, Thermo Fisher Scientific, they are now processing almost 1 million invoices per year, just a one single part of the document understanding, where you can just use it to process any kind of document, but they focus mainly on the invoices. So they are doing this, and also with like the 15% reduced error rate and also 70% reduction in time needed to process the invoices by using an automation, by using the document understanding. While at the same time, an insurance company called Hiscox in UK, they have implemented actually the communications mining in their environment to take the advantage of reaching out to the underwriters and then like the folks in their organizations to decrease the number of the hours up to like 90,000+ per year, and also making a huge benefit of getting like 400,000 pounds actually back by using an automation like communications mining embedded actually in their own environments right now. So with that, I would just like to leave you with maybe some kind of ideas how those technologies can be implemented, can be part of your solutions, your area, your environments. And of course, don't hesitate to contact any of us actually in case you want to exchange some ideas in terms of like AI and automation hand in hand. So thank you, and back to you, Jan.